Yeah, good morning. In the today's class, we are learning about database design and relational database. In the last class, we learned about the what is the purpose of the database management system. In the previous class, we learned about the purpose of the database system. What are the drawbacks will be there in the file processing system? The drawbacks that we eliminated, they implemented the database system. Then next, in the today's class, we are learning about relational database. Relational database is a relational model. Actually, under data model, it is classified as a 4 types: relational model, entity relational model, object model, semi-structured model, according to your syllabus. In this today's class, briefly we are learning about relational database model. Now coming to what is relational database. Relational database is based on the relational model and uses a collection of tables to represent both the data and the relationship among those data. In this, it include data manipulation language and the data definition language will be there. Now, if you want to see relational database means the relational database we are representing in the format of table. Collection of tables. The table it can consist rows and columns will be there. Suppose if you want to represent the data under the relational database we are representing the format of the table. Now the table it can consist rows and columns will be there. Rows means here under the table we can insert up to n number of rows. The rows we are calling as a record. Means under the record, for example, if you want to create the student table, for the student table, under the student table, we are having the student roll number, student name, student father name, mother name, and address, date of birth. So many fields or labels will be there. These we are calling as student name, student roll number, address, date of birth. These we are calling as a columns. The columns according to the table we are calling as a column. The columns are similar to the attribute name. The table it can consist attributes. Now under the particular column when you are inserting the field then we can call as a row. That row only we are calling as a record. Now if you want to represent the relational database, the relational database is a collection of tables. Under the relational database means we are representing the format of the table. The table it can consist rows and columns will be there. Now coming to the table, each table has a multiple columns. Just now I said in the table it can be n number of columns will be there. Up to n number of columns will be there. In the single table maybe I want to declare 12 columns or 12 attributes or 20 attributes based on your requirement. Now each table has a multiple columns, each column has a unique name. For example, if you are taking, now your understanding purpose, actually in my system this Oracle software is not there. Now the table, this is a table is there. Under the table, for example, now we are taking as a table. Now under the table, now we are declaring as a C1 column. This is a column. Column or we can call as a attribute. Attribute. Column 1 or attribute. Now I am declaring one more column 2. Column 2 or attribute. Means under the table we can declare up to n number of columns. Column or attribute. This is a table. Under the table now we are declaring as a column. This is a column. Now we can declare n number of columns. Now this is a column. Now table it can consist columns, collection of columns and rows. Rows means now this your understanding purpose I am calling as a Here I am calling as a row, row 1. This row 1 or we can call as record, row 1 or record. Now your understanding purpose, this is the column, just the table name, maybe the student name, the table name is student table. Table name is student table. A table it can consist rows and columns will be there. Now we are inserting the row. Actually, if the Oracle software will be there means practically we can see it. Maybe in the next coming classes I want to see the practical scenarios, how we are creating the table, how we are inserting the record inside your table under the database, Oracle database. Now your understanding purpose, table means it can consist collection of columns and rows will be there. Now your understanding purpose, this is a column 1 I said. The column 1 is student roll number. Column 1 is student roll number. Name we can call as a column or attribute or actual the attribute name. This is the attribute name is student roll number. The attribute name I am giving 160519733001. This is the roll number. Then coming to, if you want to give the column name as a student name, column name or attribute name, student name. Now here we are entering the student name is Ravi. Now we are inside the field. Now we are inside this is a record. We can insert up to n number of records. For example, in the classroom maybe we are having 65 students, or maybe in particular one section maybe we are having 70 students or 60 students will be there. We can insert in this way. Now coming to your understanding purpose, each table has a multiple columns and each column has a unique name. Means when you are declaring the column name should be the unique. Student roll number, again the student roll number, the column we should not declare in the table under the relational table. Now each table can consist the record, a particular type will be there. The record is a particular type will be there. Each record type defined as a fixed number of fields or attribute will be there. Means, for example, if you are taking as a student roll number, for student roll number only numeric values should be there. Particular type of the value should be inserted under the particular domain. This we can call as the domain of the student roll number. Means, for example, if you take if you are having at the time of your designing the database, for the column also, this is the column 1. This is a column 1 for the particular column. The domain as a fixed constraint will be there. Fixed constraint means only the numeric value should be there. Only the number will be there. In the student roll number, if you are giving as a name, means we cannot call as a quality of data, we can call as a data integrity, data inconsistency. Now the column of the table corresponding to the attribute of the record type. It is also possible to create the schema in the relational model that has a problem such as unnecessary duplicate information will be there. Means at the time of your designing the database schema, if you are creating the table, under the table, if you are having as a, maybe for example, the student roll number, again if you are inserting, already you are insert the student roll number 1 you are inserted, again if you are second time if you are inserting, means we can call as a duplicate data or repeated information will be there. Now if you want to see the table diagram, this is a table, the table it can consist, this is a record, this is the first record, two files will be there. No, this is a record. The record Einstein is a one record will be there. Under the record we are having the ID will be there, name will be there, department and salary will be there. Means under this table we are having how many rows will be there, means rows or records will be there, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 rows will be there. 12 records we are inserted. Here the 12 records is there. This we can call as a row. Coming to the column is the ID. First column is ID, second column is the name, third column is department name, fourth column is salary will be there. Now coming to under the column, if you want to specify the fixed type of the data type, for the ID only the numeric value will be there. Coming to the name, only for the characters will be there. This is a meaningful will be there. This is a quality of good quality of the data will be there. Now if you want to see under the instructor table shown, for example the instructor name is Einstein will be there. Just now you see the instructor name is Einstein. Under the instructor table the name is Einstein. Under Einstein we are having the ID will be there. The number of the physics department as an annual salary is $95,000 will be there. Means among the columns also relationship is existing. Particular Einstein, the annual salary is 95,000 will be there. If you want to talk about the relational database means relationship is existing among the columns. Relationship is existing among the columns. Employee ID is between the employee ID and the employee name. Between the employee ID and employee name, where it is existing as a relationship. Particular employee, they will give the unique ID will be there. In the one organization, maybe we are having the similar employees names will be there. For eliminating the duplicate data purpose, they are giving as a unique ID. The ID and employee ID, between these two columns, it is existing as a relationship. Now if you want to talk about the data definition language, under the data definition language, SQL provides the rich DDL command. Under that allows only the one it is defining the table. At the time of we are defining the table, we are defining with the help of integrity constraints. Means just now I said, if you want to design the table, the table should be designed with the help of integrity constraints. With the help of the constraints only we can design. Actually, we are under the constraints. The coming classes we are learning about the constraints. Under the constraints we are having as a not null constraints, unique constraint, primary key, foreign key, then default constraint. These are the constraints we are learning. What is the purpose? Why we are using the constraints at the time of we are defining the table or at the time of we are designing the database. Now constraints means you are similar for understanding for the rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. The particular domain of the column, for example, just now you say about the student roll number. The student roll number, under the roll number, the particular first record under the field, we should insert only the numeric values. In place of student roll number, if we are inserting as a student name, we cannot call as a quality of data. It is an inconsistent data will be there. That is the purpose at the time of the defining the attribute, at the time of we are defining the table, under the table, when you are declaring the column or the attribute, for the column we are defining the constraint. Here the assertion. Assertion means it is a condition. Means, for example, assertions, when we are using the assertion means, if you want to execute the condition, for example, the student get for passing the marks of the each and every subject for the final semester, minimum pass marks will be the 40 marks. If you are getting the less than 40 marks means the student will be the failed. At the time if you want to give the condition, at the time we can use as a assertion. Means at the time of we are defining the table, we can use these integrity constraints, assertion and so many will be there. Then for the instance of the following, the SQL command for the DDL statement defining the department table. If you want to define the table we are defining with the help of data definition language. This DDL is available under the SQL commands. Under the SQL commands, in the last class database languages you learned about the data definition language and data manipulation language. Under the data definition language, create command will be there. With the help of the create command, we can define the table. Now if you want to see, now actually in my system, Oracle software is not there. Your understanding purpose, just I am typing under the notepad how we are writing, defining the table. Create is a command. With the help of the create command, create table. then table name. It is a syntax. If you want to create the table means, this is a syntax. Create table, table name, then we are having circular braces, opening circular braces will be there. Then under the create table we are having attribute name. Attribute name or column name. Just now you see. Column name. Attribute name or column name. Then data type. Data type. Then the second attribute. Attribute name or column name, then data type. We can declare up to a number of data types. We can declare a number of columns inside your table. Then I am going for the last column, attribute name, attribute n or column name n, then data type. Closing the circular braces. Then when you are giving as a semicolon means, if your SQL commands can be understand that the table it is ending, then only it will create the table. It will show under the Oracle software under the SQL command prompt. This is a way of the syntax will be there for creating the table. Now if you want to see, if you want to create the table, see here I am writing live example, create table. Table name I am taking as a student table. Then attribute name, the attribute name I am giving as a student. For the meaningful purpose we can give the attribute name maybe the any name. It is not a rule. Student all ticket or roll number. If you are giving the forward slash it will not work. Roll number. One more thing, if you are declaring attribute, the attribute name should be the minimum up to 12 characters will be there, means it's a good. If you are giving more than 12 characters also it will work. Student all ticket or roll number. Then data type I am giving as a number data type. Under the SQL we are having data type will be there. Number data type. The number data type I am giving the range up to 10 numeric values. Then student name. For the student name I am giving as a varchar. Varchar is a data type. First they implemented the varchar. In the varchar 2 advantages will be there. Under the varchar it can insert only for the alphanumeric also. We can insert only for the characters. We can insert characters and the numbers also. Then date of birth. For date of birth data type will be there. Then I am closing your command. This is syntax. Now same way we are the years here. If you want to define the table, same will be the create table name. The table name means here the department name, character is 20. Actually under the database first they implemented the character data type. Under the character they implemented the varchar. Under the varchar they implemented the varchar 2. Varchar 2 is implemented by the IBM people. In the drawback will be there in the character. That is the purpose they implemented they given the second version. Here the building is the attribute name, character is 15. The building name up to we can insert only the 15 characters. Then the budget they given as a numeric values. Under the budget, why they given 12 comma 2 means if you want to give in the values, for example, we can insert up to 12 digits. Under the 12 digits, after the second digits, we can give the dot purpose, they given 12 comma 2. The execution of the above DDL statement create the department table which 3 columns. Means how many columns will be there? Department name, building name and the budget are the 3 columns will be there. Means it is created with the help of the department table with the help of the 3 columns, department name, building name and the budget. Each of which has a specific data type is associated with it. Means each attribute or the column, it specifies the specific data type. Now if you want to come to the DML, data manipulation language, and the data manipulation language is a SQL for the non-procedural language will be there. It is a non-procedural. A query take the several tables, input possible only for only the ones. Means we can insert only the one record. We cannot insert the multiple records at a time with the help of the insert command. Now, if you want to retrieve the information from the table or the database, we are having the select query will be there. Select name, select table name from instructor where class will be there. Now the query specified that those rows from the table instructor where the department name is a history must be retrieved. Now based on this the query, based on the select quest statement, based on the select statement or select query, it is retrieving only for the history. Means if you want to see under the department name, we are having the physics, finance and history will be there. Under the history department, only the 2 employees will be there. Based on the select query, it will retrieve only for the 2 employees record. The statement is saying the same thing here. Means the attribute of those rows must be displayed. Means displaying only for the 2 employees. The query may be involve the information from more than one the table. Means at the time of your writing the select query means it will retrieve. Under the table, if you are having the under the table, the condition is executing the each and every row where department name is history. It is checking under the first record. Under the first record, history department is available. It will retrieve. After retrieving, next it will go for the second record. Under the second record, it is not available means again it will go to third record. This action is performing within the seconds, within the nanoseconds. It may be at the time of under the table, if you are having the lakhs of records will be there. For the retrieving purpose, at the time of executing the condition, it is filtering the data within the nanoseconds from the table. Now see here the select instructor ID. Instructor is a table name, then ID is the attribute or the column name. Means if you are having, if you before the attribute name or the column name, we can give the table name also. Select instructor is a table name. Select instructor dot ID department dot ID. From table instructor, from the two tables they are retrieving the data. Means actually, if you want to retrieve the information from the more than 2 tables also retrieve, we can retrieve from the from class. Actually, we are having the syntax will be there from the select. After the select, compulsory we should go for the for. After the for, then we can declare only for the where class. Under the from class, we should declare only up to n number of tables. Maybe if you want to retrieve the data from the single table, or if you want to retrieve the data from the multiple tables, means under the for class we should pass the table name. From is the class. After the for class, here the 2 table names. From the 2 tables we are retrieving the data. Then under the where class here, instructor dot department name. Instructor dot under the instructor table and the department table, department column is existing. Instructor table and the department table, both the table the department name is existing. If the department name is existing means between the tables the relationship is existing. That is the purpose here we are using as a join condition. Under the where class, we are with the help of the assignment operator, we are using the giant condition. Then again we are using operator. Then we are finding the budget more than $95,000. Means under according to your table, now we are finding the more than 75,000 of the salary employees. Only the one record will be the retrieve greater than $95,000. Now if you want database, if you want to database under the database, if you want to access the application with the help of the programming language, we can access. Means with the help of the SQL with the help of the SQL commands, we can develop the application by using the C or C++ or Java. Now actually we are developing with the help of the Java application. With the help of the Java application, now we are connecting to the database server. Means for connecting the database servers, we are having third party vendors. They implemented the package will be there, SQL package will be there. Under the SQL package, it can consist of the collection of classes and interfaces will be there. Based on the classes and interfaces, we can access the database. Means if you want to develop the application, Java application, if you want to access the database with the help of the application, first we should select the driver, particular driver, which driver we needed. After selecting the driver, next we can go for the connecting the database. After connecting the database, next we are having the statement execution will be there. After executing the statement execution, then if you want to close the connection, we can close the connection. Then with the help of the statement, only the third step, we are getting the data. Under the statement, again it is categorized as three types will be there. Statement, prepare statement, callable statement will be there. Under the statement, the drawback will be there. Under the prepare statement, execution query will be there. It will execute very fast under the prepare statement. Coming to the callable statement means if you are working with the help of PLSQL. Means if you want to work with the help of procedure and functions, at the time we needed the callable statements. Now by providing the application program interface, what I said same thing here they mention. ODBC will be there. If you with the help of the Java application, JDBC drivers will be there. Same thing they mention here in the statements. Now how you want to design the database? How you want to design the database? In the last class only I said if you want to design the database, first what are the requirements we needed? First, we should collect the information from the user or the client. First, we should collect the information from the user. After collecting the information from the user or the client, then next we should go for the select the model. Which model is required? For designing the database, compulsory the models is required. Relational model will be there, entity relational model will be there, object based model will be there, semi-structure will be there, network model, so many models will be there. Now, after selecting the model, next we should go for normalization scenario will be there. Normalization means for eliminating the duplicate data purpose, they implemented the normalization concept. If you are designing the database or if you are developing the any project, compulsory these three scenarios is required. These three scenarios is required. At the time of your developing the project or designing the database, first is the functional requirements is needed. Functional requirements is needed at the time of your collecting the data from the user or the client. Next we should go for data model. Next we should go for normalization scenario. Now if you want to design the database, designing the database to manage the large bodies of information will be there. The database designer mainly involved designing the database schema, the design of the complete database application environment that meets need to enterprise being the model requires attention to the border set issues. Just now I said enterprise beginning model means business application purpose. If you want to design the database, first we needed the designing the process. First we should go for, if you want to under the data abstraction we are having according to the level of the design data abstraction, we are having the physical layer, logical layer and the view layer will be there. Based on these levels we should design the database. Now coming to the high level, the data model provides the database designers with the conceptual framework, which is to specify the data requirement of the database, uses how the data will be structured to fulfill these requirements. Means just now we saw about the relational data model. Under the relational data model, relationship is existing among the columns, among the tables. Now, if you want to design means compulsory we needed a database schema. Without a schema, we cannot design. At the time of designing the schema means it's the structure. It's the structure. We are defining the structure of your data. At the time of your designing the structure of the data, what are the requirements will be needed? Now, the initial space of the database design is to be characterized fully the data needed to data users. The outcome of this space is to specific of the requirements. The next, designer chooses the data models. What I said, same thing will be there. At the time of the designing, first maybe at the time of you designing the database we designing for the large body of information will be there, or the small content will be there. Based on that we are planning. After the planning, if you are having the information is a huge amount of the information will be there, means we should prefer the larger database we should prefer. If you are having the less information means we should prefer to the smaller database. After that, after selecting, next we should choose the data models. Under the data models, relational model will be there, entity relational model will be there. Entity relationship model means between the two objects relationship is existing. Coming to object based, this object based data model is designed with the help of purely object oriented programming language like Java and C#. The concepts should be chosen, the data models translate the requirement into conceptual schema. Means based on the data model, then translate these requirement into conceptual schema of the database. Means what we are doing, first we are collecting the information. After collecting the information, then we are choosing the data model. After choosing the data model, then we are translating to the database schema. Then the schema is developed at this conceptual design space provided by the detailed overview of the enterprise. Designer's review is a schema to confirm that all data requirements are needed to stratified, not is complicated with one another. Means at the time of your designing the database, means for example, if you are giving as a schema table, for the schema table we should give the unique table name. Means the similar name table name we should not give. If you are giving the similar name means it will conflict to the other table. Now, in terms of relational model, conceptual design process is involved a decision on what attribute you want to capture in the database. How to group these attributes in the form of various table. See what I said, same thing here under the relational data model. If you want to go for the conceptual design under the relational data model, means at the time of your defining the attribute, how we are grouping the attribute to form the various table. For example, if you want to take the employee table will be there, department table will be there. Under the department table, employees will be there. But if you want to take under in our college, we are having the 6 department will be there. 6 department will be there. For 6 department, we are considering only the one table will be there. The table name is department table. Under the department table, IT department will be there. CSC, EEE, EC, mechanical, 6 department will be there. In the single department table, 6 department faculty data will be there. Now we are creating the employee table. Under the employee table also department table. Under the employee table also department column is there. Department name column will be there. means between the two tables department name is existing, means relationship is existing. This we can call as a relational model. The first one is to use entity relational model. It is to employs to set the algorithm collectively known as a normalization. Just now I said normalization means for eliminating the duplicate data purpose we are going for the normalization. To take the input set of all attributes and generate the set of tables. The process of moving from one abstract data model to implementing the database proceed to final design spaces is required. Here we are having as a logical design space will be there, physical design space will be there. Logical designing means just logic. For example, here the logical designing means if you want to, your understanding purpose, if you want to construct the house, if you want to construct the house means what you are doing, you are taking the paper, on the paper just we are giving as a blueprint. Logically we are designing, maybe the front gate will be there here, maybe the all so and so we are designing here. For the database also, logically we are designing the spaces, means two faces will be there under the final space. We are designing the logical design space. At the time of we are creating the table, at the time of we are creating the table for designing the database, first we are designing the logically. After designing the logically, then only we are going for the physical designing space. Now, if you want to see the, if you want to design the database for the university organization, under the university organization we are having department will be there. Department is identifying the unique department name. Under the department table, the unique is the department name will be there. Each department has a list of courses will be there. Means just now I said department means CSC we are having the list of courses will be there. EC means list of courses will be there. Civil means list of courses will be there. Each courses as associated with its course ID, title, department name and credits will be there. If you want to design the department, under the department also attribute will be there. Course ID, title means title, course ID and title are title means subject name, then department name and credits will be there. How many credits will be there? These are the attributes under the department table. Coming to the instructor means, here the instructor means we can call as a faculty. Instructor means it is identifying the unique ID will be there. Unique ID for instructor having the unique ID. From the department table we are defining the unique ID is what we are defining? Department name. Department name is unique ID. Coming to the instructor table, under the instructor table also we are defining as a unique ID as the instructor or faculty ID. Then under the instructor we are having as a faculty name, then it is associated with the department, the faculty, which department he was associated and the salary also. Means relationship is existing among the department name and the faculty ID also. Students are identified the unique ID with the each student name as associated with the major department. Means among the student also relationship existing among the department. Instructor also existing relationship about the department. Student also existing relationship about the department. The university is maintaining the list of classrooms, specify the name of the building, room number and room capacity also. See here, if you want to design the database, logically we are designing, first what we are taking means department table. Under the department table we are taking as a department name is a unique ID. Means unique ID. For the particular domain, unique value should be there. Then coming to the next, we are going for instructor. For instructor also we are having as an instructor ID is a unique. Coming to student schema, we are going first. Schema means defining the structure. Schema means database schema means it is defining the structure. It is defining the structure. Means the structure means here actually database, this we can call as a database schema. department schema, instructor schema, student schema. Just now these are the three are the tables we can call as a schema. Schema means it defining the structure. Means it can consist table name, attribute name, then we can call as a database schema. Here department schema, instructor schema, student schema. Under the student schema, it can consist collection of attributes. Attributes is student ID is a unique ID. Student ID is a unique ID. Student name. Then we are having department name, total credits hours. These we are the attributes. Then coming to the university is maintaining the list of classrooms. Means if you are having the department, means under departments instructor will be there, student is there. Under the department relationship is existing about the instructor and the student will be there, faculty or instructor. Now the student, they should sit in the classroom. For the classroom purpose, we are specifying the name of the building, in which building the classroom is there, classroom number and the room capacity. What is the classroom capacity will be there. Then university maintain the list of classes, sections. Maybe if you are having in our college only, we are having the CSC 2 sections will be there. Now we are having 3 sections. Here we are having the section. For the section, which faculty they taught. Section name, it is identify the course ID, section ID and the year, first year or second year, semester, which semester, second semester or fourth semester. Associate, the relationship is associated between the semester and the year, building and the room number also. Time slot. Time slot means the particular what time the class will be there. The list of the students' courses registered and specific for each student of the courses is associated with this section. At the time of the student is taking the registration, at the time of the student is taking the registration, we are creating the registration table. Under registration, the student is which course he was taking. Now if you want to see the diagram for database design, now see here, this is a department table. This is a table. Department is a table. Now the between department table and the instructor is a faculty. Department and the faculty or instructor, between these two, actually entity means it is representing the format of the rectangle shape. This is an entity. Entity means we are representing the format of the rectangle. Under the rectangle, we are having the header part and the body part will be there. The header part we are giving as a title name, the department name. Coming to the body part, under the body part we are defining the attribute. The attribute is department name and building and the budget will be there. If you want to define the entity, entity is representing the format of the rectangle symbol. Under the rectangle symbol, it is categorized into 2 parts. The first part is the header part. The header part we are giving as a title or the table name or schema name. Then coming to the body part, under the body part we are giving as attribute name or column name. Now, between the department table and the instructor, between these two table relationship is existing. The relationship we are representing in the format of the diamond symbol. Diamond symbol. Now, actually it is a ER diagram. Between the two tables, it is existing the relationship. The relationship we are representing the format of the diamond symbol. Now, actually under the diagram we are having as a cardinality principle will be there. Between the department table and the instructor, here we are having 1 to many. The arrow mark is representing as a 1, 2 lines is representing as a many. Here we are having many to 1. Under the department, many faculties will be available. Not only the one faculty, here only the one department will be there. That is the purpose. Between the two tables, we are giving the relationship 1 to many. Now, if you want to take about the student, between the department and the student also relationship is existing. Only the one department will be there, many students will be there. Under the one department, n number of students will be there, 1 to many. The relationship we are representing student to department relationship. Now, between the student and the faculty also relationship will be there. Only the one faculty will be there. Instructor here. The instructor means the mentor. Only the one mentor will be there between the student. Means we are giving as a relationship with advisor. Now coming to, if you want to talk about the instructor and the section, just now I said as a section. Means the instructor, the faculty, between the faculty and the section we are having the relationship. The faculty teach the particular section, maybe the A section or B section. The student, they will take admission in particular section. Mean the student, when taking the section, they are getting as a grade. Now section to the course relationship will be there. Means only the one course will be there, n number of sections will be there. This is a double diamond symbol, means we can call as a weak entity set. Between the section and the time slot, the particular section may be the subjects, at what time the subject of the class will be there, time slot will be there. Section to classroom relationship is existing. Only one class will be there, n number of sections will be there. This is the ER diagram, entity relationship diagram for university. Just now I said entity means we are representing with the help of rectangular symbol. It can consist header part and body part will be there. Entity means the thing or object will be there. Now if you want to see the entity relationship, ER diagram, instructor is the entity, department is the entity. Between the two entities, relationship is existing. Now next we are going for normalization. The main purpose of the normalization, eliminating the duplicate data or eliminating the repeated information. The main purpose we are going for the normalization. Why we are going for the normalization means, at the time of we are designing the database, we are getting as a bad database design. At the time we are going for normalization. Normalization is another method for designing the relational database, is to use the normalization. To understand need for the normalization, what can go for wrong in the, at the time of we are designing the database. At the time of we are designing the database, at the time we should choose the properties of the designing the database. Actually, the major purpose of the normalization means eliminating the duplicate data purpose. We are going for normalization. The goal of the normalization is to generate the set of relational schemas that allows to store the information without unnecessary data redundancy. To approach the designing the schema, appropriate normal forms. Actually, under the normal forms, we are having the n number of normal forms will be there. In your syllabus, up to 4 normal forms or the 5 normal forms will be there. First normal form, second normal form, third normal form, BCNF, fourth, 5 will be there. Based on the normal form, we are the bad database, data redundancy, we are eliminating with the help of the normalization. Thank you. In the next class, we can see the coming topic about